Don't leave me hanging. It's go time.
Hey everybody, this is Josh, and welcome to another thrilling game of StarCraft 2. This one is being played between ClouD. He is the pink Terran up here in the top right corner of iCCup Valhalla, another map that most of you are probably not familiar with, but his opponent is familiar. It is ATN Socke, or just plain Socke. He's the light blue Protoss up here in the top left corner. And iCCup Valhalla, like Fighting Spirit, was made by the iCCup map-making team last year to play in some show matches and things like that. What the bleep is this map, says ClouD. He does not seem to be too happy about playing on these custom built maps, and the ... just sort of cements that fact. But Socke, matter-of-factly, Valhalla, this is where you go after you die. Well, technically it's where you go after you die in Norse mythology, but you know what? I'll just say that's where you go after you die. Everywhere. No matter what. Norse or not. I'm not a Viking like you, says ClouD. ClouD, of course, is Italian. Socke is actually German, so I don't think he's a Viking. But Socke suggests perhaps ClouD could become a Viking if, and only if, he stops using Stimpak. So we'll see if that persuasive argument actually makes ClouD stop using Stimpak for this Game 2 in a best-of-3 series being played between these two fellas for the Justin.tv Invitational number 2. ClouD, of course, is addicted to Stimpak. It is a hell of a drug, as Rick James would say. The late Rick James would say, had he not died. But Socke, I think that's a frowny face, I'm pretty sure. I mean, otherwise it's just two parentheses ends that don't make any sense, so we'll assume it's a frowny face. You know how those Europeans are. You never really know what they're saying. And yeah, ClouD actually is going to build a barracks first this time. Surprise, surprise. Last game he actually went for Command Center first, fast as possible. Command Center is very crazy. And Socke just doing the very standard Protoss build back at home. Cybernetics Core should be coming up 15 minerals ago, and there we see it being dropped next to the Nexus. Gonna open up all of his little tech possibilities after he gets that Cybernetics Core down. ClouD adding on a tech lab quite quickly. Probably going to be seeing concussive shells research first, and a single Marauder coming out to ward away any scouting Stalker and Zealot combos that Socke might try to send. That is getting very, very popular in the PvT matchup. Protoss players will send one Zealot, one Stalker, just to test the front ramp. Oh, but ClouD is pulling a fast one on me, and it is going to be a Reaper instead. And let me just point out Valhalla here. There's no cliffs into the main. There's only these tiny two little cliffs right next to this ramp to actually get a Reaper into your enemy's main. Trees on the bottom side, trees on the right side, only this small area to be able to get in. So if Socke does have a Stalker here or here, this Reaper is going to be absolutely ineffective. Let me also point out the natural, since ClouD is expanding here at his natural, dropping a command center there. Very typical looking, sort of like Lost Temple, you know, decently close to your main. Reaper already taken out, or trying to take out a Zealot that carved up a Marine. There we go. Reaper getting some vengeance for his Marine comrade. Blood still staining the tile floor of Valhalla. But what was I talking about? Anyway, this third base over here is a little interesting. It's very close to the natural, and it's only got one gas. So we have Socke actually attacking ClouD here. Might even be able to kill this SCV before it finishes building a bunker. I'm not sure why ClouD actually even started to build that. This Reaper, or this SCV actually was over here trying to do some scouting. Failed completely. Reaper from ClouD still alive, trying to get over there, but Socke really shutting down this expansion. He's killed two SCVs with this Stalker, the one building the command center and the one building the bunker. Now Stalker number 2 has arrived. There is a Reaper now in Socke's mineral line though, so he might be able to score some worker kills, if not for this Stalker coming over here very bravely defending his probe comrades. Gateway number 2 coming up for Socke now. He's still dealing damage over in ClouD's base. He tried to expand a little too early before you had enough fighting units, but now ClouD is pulling 4 SCVs and 2 Marines to try and kill off the Stalkers of Socke. Now we see this micro come into play. Very, very low unit counts for both players, but they are still capable of doing some damage. Stalker number 3 shows up now, and ClouD actually could be in trouble. He does not have concussive shells finished. He does not have Stimpak finished. He doesn't even have combat shields. He's just now getting Stimpak research. Still trying to finish up that command center. Actually hasn't even started building it once again. Socke left with one Stalker against what a hero SCV over here with 5 health. killing off another SCV building a bunker, killing off another Marine, and potentially this last SCV. Yes, he does get it. This Stalker has 5 kills. That's pretty friggin' epic this early into a game. ClouD still unable to finish his command center or this first bunker. Socke doing a lot of great harassment damage there to ClouD in the early game. Socke says, "Sec, okay, go, go." So they must have had a pause. They are playing on the North American server for some reason, even though they're both in Europe. Gateway number 2 now flipping over to a warp gate. Still no third gate or any additional tech, just getting a Nexus up of his own so he can try and beat ClouD to the expansion punch. Looks like ClouD is going to actually finish his command center this time around, though. 3 Stalkers back in action. Number 4 on the way. This bunker is filled with some Marines and Marauders, and Stimpack is about to be completed. If you look at army value right now, ClouD is actually down 11. Wow, that's kind of a lot. 18 Harvesters against 32, so Socke taking a massive early game advantage here with some great Stalker micro. He's also bringing over a probe, and you know what that means. And if you don't, let me just tell you, he's going to drop a pylon somewhere. Not sure exactly where. Probably up here on the high ground, since that's where he's going, but I feel like he could drop a pylon basically anywhere and still be able to defend it quite easily. Looks like he is going to tuck it in next to this Vespene Geyser, though. Probably. We'll see in just a moment. Concussive shells being researched now that Stimpack is finally finished. We've got only 2 barracks here for ClouD and a third one just completing, getting a tech lab onto that as well. Still no pylon from our brave little probe over here, but the army count is actually starting to get back into balance. Harvester count, though, still in Socke's favor by quite a lot. He's got 2 sets of Chrono Boost to get those probes out. Ooh, here we go. Gateways number 3, 4, and 5 all coming online at once now that this second expansion, or the second base, I should say, first expansion, finally being completed. Look at all these SCVs coming along for the ride. They want to be part of the fight as well. How many is that? 8, 9, 10, and 2 more that I didn't select. So 12 SCVs coming along with these Marines and Marauders. He's bringing the entire farm over here to try and kill off Socke. Guardian Shields and Force Fields doing their work very, very quickly. Socke with some great micro there, trying to run all the way back into his main just to buy some time from those 5 warp gates that are on the way. Now that they are all complete, we see 3 Stalkers and 2 Zealots being warped in here in the mineral line at his natural. Probes running around, not trying to really join the fight until just now. Looks like they were trying to just escape, but now we see that Socke actually has a superior army. More Marauders being killed off. Another force field didn't really do much there, but it looks like Socke, if he gets all the way over into ClouD's natural, should be able to take this game, as the Harvester count is now 34 to 13. Army value 62 against 31. You never want your enemy to have double your army supply. It looks like the probe did finally drop some pylons, not just 1 but 2 in case the first one goes down. But now ClouD, he's sacrificed so many of his SCVs that I can't really imagine Socke losing this game at this point. 5 warp gates with 2 sets of Chrono Boost helping out. He's got plenty of Harvesters still alive, 38 to 17 now. And in the production tab, we see ClouD trying to replenish here with SCVs and Marines, getting combat shields finished up, and another barracks. That'll be barracks number 4 for him. But 5 gateways against 4 barracks, almost double the Harvesters, and Socke looks to have this in hand. Here we go. Big old push at the natural. This should be the decider. There's only a bunch of Marauders and Marines here. Guardian Shields go up, Force Fields go down. Like to see that, of course, from those sentries. And now the Marines and Marauders of ClouD are falling. They have stim, they use it, but there are no medevacs overhead to get them back into green health. So ClouD GG's, leaves the game. iCCup Valhalla, quite a nice map actually. It was a very quick game, but I actually really do enjoy this map. Now let's go into Game 3 of this Best of 3 series to see whether Socke or ClouD will advance in the Justin.TV Invitational number 2.